Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my studio. As you guys know, 2020 will forever be known as the year of the coronavirus pandemic. You know, the pandemic that crippled the world's healthcare system, put a huge ban on travel for everybody across the globe, and also took the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Now, without getting too far into the pandemic, because you guys know we're a car review channel here, I want to go over the top 5 videos that happen to be the ones that got the most views this year, and it's slightly different versus my top 5 usual picks as my favorites. So instead, we're going to go over the videos that you guys wanted to see the most of, so let's get started. All right, so my studio is probably looking a little bit bare in the background, but keep in mind, I also just finished moving to Pennsylvania this year. You know, COVID 2020 has just been that crazy year of change. So I haven't had a chance to properly decorate this wall in the background, add some nice swag, add some nice furniture. So I just want to quickly just give a shout out to those of you who have any suggestions. Feel free to leave a comment below with some helpful suggestions on what you think I should add to the background of my studio just to make this thing pop a little bit more. I'm going to be working on that, of course, in the next month or so. But let's dive into the top 5 videos that you guys viewed the most on the channel. And keep in mind, we had a crap ton of new content to film despite the pandemic. Now I'm going to start this list, of course, from number 5, the video that got the least amount of views in the top 5. And keep in mind, the channel did extremely well this year. We had over 60 million total views in 2020. But kicking off the list, let's start off with number 5, which is the 2021 Genesis GV80 first look. This is, remember, the first look video that I did back in Miami Beach in January of this year, of course, before the start of the coronavirus pandemic. It was the very first time that Genesis completely revealed the GV80 to the world, and it was a rather crazy event. I had to film that car on the street in Miami Beach. It was at night. There were cars passing by. It was probably the worst scenario ever to ever have to film a car. And let me tell you, there were a lot of journalists that were asking Genesis, why did you reveal your most important SUV on a street in Miami Beach without proper lighting? Now, of course, there was a car that was indoors, but there was a loud band playing right next to the vehicle, so I couldn't actually film it on the inside where it had the best lighting. But regardless, I had a chance to drive the GV80, of course, a couple months ago when I was in LA visiting Alex Dykes from Alex on Autos. Came away super impressed. If you guys want to watch that video, I'll be sure to include a link in the description below where you can watch my full driving video impressions on the GV80. I haven't had a chance to get the car yet in my home area here in Pennsylvania to test for a full week, but regardless, you guys are probably going to start seeing that GV80 start to trickle out. It is getting a slightly slower rollout, of course, because of the pandemic, which put a hamper on supply. And of course, Genesis dealers, which are still connected to Hyundai showrooms, and they're getting ramped up. Regardless, the GV80 can be yours fully loaded for around $72,000. They start at around under $50,000, which makes it one of the most highly sought after mid-size luxury crossovers that is available with a third row. The only thing that Genesis is missing right now is an electrified option for it. And the F-150 has always consistently been the best-selling model. I mean, Ford sells nearly 1 million of these every year, so you better believe this is a segment that's going to make or break Ford as a company here in the States. Now, how do I close this?
You probably press the button again.
Where's the button? Oh.
There's one way underneath.
Oh. That's annoying. It's not in a great location.
No, it's not. Had the Blooper so much higher.
Oops. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. There's nothing.
Right there.
It's fine. There's nothing there. This has roughly 50 more horsepower and a whopping 150 more pound-feet of torque versus the Toyota 86 and BRZ sports cars. So now I'm going to go into, do I want to reference the price difference? Okay, oh, sorry, I know what I'm doing. Okay, sorry. Now for those of you who own an 80s...
You were walking.
Okay, so...
I gotta try it again, sorry.
Damn it! This is a car that was only on sale for about 8 months out of the year. And
Let's try that again.
sorry, I don't know which way, I don't know what...
You ended up turning yourself completely around.
Oh, so how do you want me to stay, like this?
Let me show you what you did, just so you're aware. You started like this, and you were like... You started going straight back.
Oh, okay, so I don't want to go. Yeah. Nowadays, it seems like every time I look for any information. Try again. Nowadays, it seems.
Are you ready? You start moving before you.
Hold on, there's a Civic that's driving in here. Hopefully they go and park. They don't come over here and try to drive through. Like nowadays, it seems like every time I look, oh, this is parking right here. Great. Nowadays, it seems like every time I read about automotive news, I keep reading things about how I keep reading things.
Keep reading about how.
Or keep reading about how. Nowadays, it seems like every time I read about anything that has to do with automotive news, the main topic is how sedans are dying because everyone keeps buying crossovers. Kind of like that thing behind me. Damn it, I actually got. The car that I'm talking about is the 2020 Genesis G90, and it very well may.
Look where you are also.
Okay, sorry. Too far, sorry. The car I'm talking about, could I go over there? Like,
it needs to be from where you over there.
That was good too.
It was okay.
Double tap that twice and it'll activate the remote start. But when you keep the key fob in your pocket, all you have to do is just approach the door handle of the Charger. You can see there's a little... Rob, I'm trying to film! Really? Fine, though, this new one doesn't look all that different. It's riding on an all new frame. It's a rear-wheel drive platform. Did I say frame? It's not really a frame. It's it's an all new platform. I said frame. I said frame. All new chassis, because it's not body on frame. It's not. Now the GV80 video has received over 570,000 views since it posted, but I have another video that actually got way more views in a shorter amount of time. That's right, this is a vehicle that's been highly anticipated across the industry. I'm talking about the 2021 Ford Bronco, the real Bronco, the first ever Jeep Wrangler competitor that we're seeing in a long time, and it's coming from Ford, and they're reintroducing a nameplate with a lot of heritage. We haven't seen a Bronco in America for quite some time now. And I had a chance to film this vehicle over the summer this year when Ford brought the car over to National Harbor just outside of Alexandria, Virginia. That vehicle, when I first saw it, was just mind-blowing. I love the way the Bronco looked, of course, in pictures. Seeing it in person was pretty surreal. It's a fantastic looking SUV in person that I have no doubts Ford will be able to sell every one that they can build. Now, of course, the Bronco was supposed to be revealed or supposed to be for sale by the end of this year. It has since been delayed for a couple more months because of course, the coronavirus pandemic. The Bronco Sport, however, is heading to dealer showrooms right now. I haven't had a chance to drive the Bronco Sport, but with our Bronco video getting over 700,000 views since the summer of this year, I'm not surprised to see it getting so many views. I know a lot of you are super excited. I'm super excited to drive it. I should be driving the regular Bronco soon, but I do have a Bronco Sport coming to me probably in the next month or so. So kind of keep an eye on our social medias where you can see all the latest cars that we are testing. With the introduction of the Rogue Sport a couple years ago. Now, since it's been on the market for a few years, and it's time that Nissan gives this thing, and it's time that family with the Rogue Sport a couple of years ago, it became a, Jesus Christ. Why am I not getting the words out right? Here in North America, the Rogue name is such a huge sales success that it was no surprise that when they decided to expand the family, oh Jesus, Rob, I don't like it. Can't we just use the first one that I used?
Rogue back Sophion. Come on, Sophion,
Oh, wait, yes. Oh, fuck. Yes, there we go. All the way back in 2010. So today, I'm just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In the electric car world, Tesla gets all the hype in the media. However, it was really Nissan who really started the mass-produced EV plug-in trend. EV mass-produced, started selling the first mass-produced, okay. 2010. So today, I'm just outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, here at Road America with the rest of the members of the with the Midwest. Sorry, Mama. I was like, wait.
Did it four-wheel drive? Are you serious? Oh, I can't get over the speed bump. Are you sure it's in four-wheel drive? The rear wheels are the only ones that were spinning.
Then a Civic Si for this vehicle. Now, of course, this is Honda's 2-liter turbocharged Earth Dreams technology 4-cylinder. Ugh, really? Now the next video on this list is actually an older video that wasn't even uploaded in 2020. That's right, I'm talking about a comparison test that I did between the 2020 Kia Telluride and the 2020 Hyundai Palisade. I actually filmed this video back in September of 2019, and today it has just under 900,000 views, which doesn't surprise me. The Telluride and the Palisade are two very important and very hot family crossovers here in the industry. If you guys look at the sales figures, remember the Telluride went on sale at the very beginning of 2019, right around February, while the Palisade went on sale in June of 2019. Last year, Kia managed to sell around 60 or 58,000 Tellurides, while Hyundai did about half that number, but remember the Palisade was only on sale since June of 2019. We don't have final sales figures yet, but Kia has already managed to sell a little over 65,000 Tellurides this year, while Hyundai has actually beaten them. They're selling right now a little over 73,000 Palisades. Now, I'm imagining both vehicles are going to be, close to that 80,000 mark, which makes them one of the top sellers. Remember, in the three-row family crossover segment, the Toyota Highlander, the Honda Pilot, and the Ford Explorer are the top sellers. Toyota is actually the winner, with the Highlander selling over 200,000 units every year. Regardless, I haven't had a chance to drive the 2021 Telluride and Palisade. I should be getting those soon to test again. Kia just made some small changes to the Telluride. There's a new nightshade package where they give you like a black package. And then Hyundai, of course, made some small equipment changes to the Palisade. Both of them are still fantastic options with roomy interiors, a plethora of tech, comfortable rides, quiet cabins, plenty of power. And really, I would only like to see them eventually offer an electrified option, just like they offer on the new Kia Sorento, which don't be surprised to see Hyundai and Kia do that. Production, of course, for those vehicles has been steady. I am noticing more and more Palisades on dealer lots. Tellurides, I believe, are still a little bit harder to find. That's the one that everyone loves because it looks like an Escalade, it looks like a Range Rover. But regardless, if you guys are looking to buy one of those vehicles, they start in the low $30,000 range and they go up to just under $50,000 for a fully loaded model. It's been over 20 years since Honda offered the Prelude name here in America, and while sadly there are no plans for the company to bring back the Prelude to the States. Wait, did I just what I was gonna say? Hold on. What did I say?
You have the key.
I do. Sorry. Oh man, there's old people coming right now. Should we wait?
Oh, whatever.
This is the 2021 LC 500 convertible, and as you can see, it's definitely not frumpy looking anymore. Sorry. Shit. I saw your face, I was like, oh, I think I walked too far, sorry. Here in America, the Range Rover family Here in America, the Range Rover name is almost like a sub-brand within the Land Rover family. In total, Land Rover offers four. No, hold on a second. Okay. Venza. It's slotted between the RAV4 and the Highlander. Sorry. It's slotted between the RAV4. And for 2021, the Venza is back. Why am I like forgetting? The Venza is back, and yes, okay, sorry. It's back. 5 years ago, Toyota had a, trying again. There's a bee. Oh, there's a bee.
What?
There's,
That's the smallest bee I've ever.
I know, but I don't like bees. Okay, I'm gonna get stung, sorry. Okay, try again.
All right.
Moving to number 2 on the most viewed videos for 2020, let's talk about the 2021 GMC Yukon Denali. Now, I actually haven't had a chance to drive the full-size redesigned Yukon yet. I was actually filming the first look video back in January of this year when GMC finally unveiled the truck. That video now has a little over 920,000 views in just under a year's time. So as you guys know, the Yukon is the 3-row truck-based SUV. They got a complete redesign this year, just like the Chevrolet Tahoe and Suburban, which I have had a chance to drive. They sport some of the roomiest cabins. They have very impressive tech, a much nicer interior versus their truck counterparts, and with a choice of 2 available V8s or an inline-6 turbo diesel, which gets around 25 miles to the gallon with over 600 miles of range. You can believe that the Yukon is going to be just as popular as the Tahoe and Suburban. Chevy, remember, sells around 100,000 Tahoes every year, while GMC does roughly half that in terms of Yukon. So America loves their big three-row SUVs, especially ones that have a lot of space inside, that have more cargo room than most minivans, and can tow heavy loads and carry up to 8 people. So it doesn't surprise me that the Yukon was one of the most popular videos that we got this year, with nearly 1 million views since being posted. Diamond Pentagon face and a pretty substantial price cut for 2019. So is Acura's new ILX any worth a look if you're still in the market for an entry-level car? That's what we're here to find out. I had it.
Back up, come on, don't
Mercedes-Benz has roughly kept the G-Wagon pretty much the same until now. And today I've been flown out to, let's see if I can try to save that. And today I'm back out at the Pacific for our annual spring run event, where I got to, but underneath the skin it rides on an, oh my God. Can I save this?
I don't know. It's gonna be really choppy.
Let me just read it.
Okay. Actually, take a half step away from the car. Not back, but further away.
There's a used condom on the ground.
Ew!
I'm serious, there's a used condom on the ground.
There really is. It's in the shot too. Can you like?
I'm not stepping on that. I'm not touching
Can
it.
you just push it? I don't want it in the shot.
Somebody was getting some in this parking lot. It's melted onto the ground.
Okay. Underneath there. I feel like I need to go wash my hands.
Now, before we talk about the #1 most viewed video on Redline's channel for the 2020 model year, I want to briefly talk about an honorable mention, and that's the Subaru BRZ, the 2022 model. I actually flew out to Thermal, California in November, so just a couple months ago, less than that, to film and see the completely redesigned 2022 Subaru BRZ. Now, I didn't get a chance to drive the car. However, I did get to do a hot lap with Scott Speed at the racetrack out in Thermal, California, and I came away super impressed with the handling, the sound, the acceleration, the feel of the BRZ. It still feels like a very nimble, tossable sports car with a much improved power band from that larger 2.4-liter engine. Now, the BRZ video was actually our very first trending video. It was one of my goals this year to help Redline get a trending video. That video actually made it up to number 24, I believe, when it was first posted. Today it has over 500,000 views in a little over a month time. So it surprised me entirely in a world full of crossover SUVs, how everybody just wants to buy one of those, that a BRZ, a 2-door sports car, rear-wheel drive sports car, became a trending video. It got a crap ton of views. So it gets me super excited to actually drive the new BRZ. There's rumors that Subaru may be doing an STI version. I don't know if it's gonna have a turbocharged engine yet, but we'll only have to wait and see. And then of course, I also heard about the Toyota 86, the platform mate twin of the BRZ. Toyota actually has delayed the launch of that vehicle by a few months. They were supposed to unveil it at the Tokyo Motor Show next year. However, of course, with the ongoing pandemic, that show has been canceled. Toyota wanted the industry and consumers to see the vehicle in person instead of doing an online reveal. So I'll have to wait a few more months for Toyota to give us more information. But regardless, I'll be sure to be including another first look video of the 86 whenever Toyota decides to completely unveil that car. Overall, I think the BRZ looked fantastic. It's a really great sports car. In a world full of crossovers, it's refreshing to see a manual transmission, rear-wheel drive, lightweight rear drive sports car coming back to the market. Purchasing your first new car for any new buyer is always an exciting proposition. Unfortunately, as new vehicles have become more technologically advanced, this is often reflected in their prices, which is why I'm standing by two, sorry. All right, what am I doing?
Don't come forward until I start to back off. I want you back by that wheel.
Oh, so don't move.
You're so far forward that
This is often reflected in their transaction prices, which is why I'm in Miami Beach with, sorry, I'm in Miami. I didn't mean to say beach.
say which is why.
Which is why I'm in Miami, Florida with two of the newest entry-level subcompact cars on the market. Oh, sorry. This is with two. Purchasing your first brand new car is always an exciting proposition for any new consumer. Unfortunately, as new cars have become more technologically advanced, this is often reflected in super high transaction prices. Thankfully, Nissan saw that, sorry. Thankfully. First thing I want to talk about, when you get inside, you can see here's that current key fob that Kia has, which kind of looks like what does this look like again?
A key?
No, it looks like a something you use to detonator. Yeah, that's the word. And the 2019 Nissan Kicks. And the biggest question I want answered. Sorry.
Where were you when I started to back off? Do you remember?
Here.
Let's try it one more time.
Which is why I'm standing by two of the newest affordable brand new cars that you can buy, the 2020 Nissan Versa and the 2019 Nissan Juke. And to test out which...
Nissan what?
Did I say Juke? Sorry, Juke, did I say Juke? I did say Juke. Kicks. And Buick says the GX actually stands for Grand... Is it Grand? Sorry, Grand Crossover. I was gonna say Grand National. I was like, no, that's not it. The exterior design. This car was really more of a luxury GT car, which is really what Lexus is known. There was a butterfly that landed on my mouth. And finally, moving on to the #1 video viewed for 2020. And this one actually really shocked me considering the fact that we live in a world where everybody wants crossovers. I drove a lot of crazy stuff this year, a lot of great stuff, including the all-new Tesla Model Y, the Genesis GV80, a lot of supercars this year. However, our #1 viewed video this year happened to be the 2020 Toyota Camry TRD. That's right, the Camry TRD is our #1 viewed video. It was posted in January of this year, and it has over 1 million views on it. 1,027,000 views to be exact. And counting. And the Camry TRD was one of those cars that I was super excited to drive because remember, this is the cheapest way that you can get a 6-cylinder in a Camry that starts at around $31,000. You have over 300 horsepower. Toyota made the Camry even better looking on the TRD version with the sport exhaust, the spoiler on the back, the body kit, the black accents, and of course the red trim on the inside. And with the $31,000 price, it is a bargain. If you guys are okay with driving our front drive sedan family car with an 8-speed automatic, which isn't a bad thing, it's actually a pretty quick car, 0 to 60 in around the 5.7 mark. The Camry TRD surprised a lot of people with its price, with its sounds, with its handling, with the overall look. And every time I see one of those on the road, I can't help but just turn my head because of that wing in the back. You know, at first I didn't really like the wing, but it actually grew on me. But I want to mention briefly, I much prefer the Camry TRD over the Avalon TRD because its price tag is around $12,000 less. So if you guys are looking to buy a Camry TRD, don't be surprised to see, have a tough time finding one of those because Toyota did limit production of them to around 6,000 units, I believe. And I'm sure the company is selling every one of them, which doesn't surprise me. It's a practical family car with a powerful V6, good noises, and a decent look on the outside. So there you have it, guys, the top 5 videos that got the most views in 2020. I decided to do this a little differently versus my favorite vehicles of the year. Instead, I wanted to talk about the favorite vehicles that you guys wanted to see, which some of the stuff really surprised me. Some of it actually didn't surprise me considering where the industry is going, of course, with cars. Now, of course, as we go into 2021, what are some of my expectations for the channel? Well, I'm hoping to, of course, be able to go to a few auto shows this year. All the auto shows have been pushed from the beginning part of 2020 to the early or late spring to late summer part. So hopefully the pandemic will be a little bit better under control, so the auto shows will continue for 2021. There's a lot of new vehicles coming, especially electrified options. I should be driving the Ford Mach-E very soon. I have that on schedule in February. Of course, the Volkswagen ID4 is also coming. Tesla is apparently working on a refresh Model S and Model X, which would be nice to also drive. I want to get my hands on a refreshed Model 3 as well to do another follow-up video on that car. And then of course there's the Rivian trucks that's coming, the Tesla Cybertrucks that are coming. There's a lot of new electric options that are coming. It just really makes me excited for the industry because there's always a lot of new technology, a lot of new vehicles coming. And especially in the day and age that we live in where electrification, self-driving, and tech is here, that's kind of where the car industry is going, and it really makes my job exciting because I get to show you guys all this new stuff. And we get to see, how much cars have changed over the last 20 years. They really have changed a lot. They become, from analog machines to these supercomputers, which I know a lot of purists aren't a fan of, but you can't deny that the tech, once you get used to it, once you try it for the first time, is a very important part of the puzzle. Now, I do also want to briefly mention that this year we managed to hit over 800,000 subscribers, and we couldn't have done that without, of course, the support of you guys. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like our videos, share them, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you're always notified every time we make a new upload. Our goal this year is to hit 1 million subscribers, so be sure to help us out by hitting that subscribe button and also just sharing these videos. We wouldn't be able to bring you guys all this amazing content, of course, without your continued support. And if you're also looking to see all the latest cars that we're testing, be sure to follow us on Instagram at redline_reviews, like us on Facebook, and as always, guys, please keep subscribing to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in 2021.